Hello, CIS 114 students. This week, we are focusing on PowerPoint again, Module 2, and these are the same as what we did, similar to what we did last week. And one is SAM textbook project. This is for the students who want to learn more. They can submit this 10 times, but this one is not graded, this PowerPoint textbook project. It's a long project, but it takes the students through step by step, and you all have access to the book, and therefore those of you who want to learn more can work on this project here. But as I said, you won't be graded for this. It's just for your own practice. Then we come here, this is the reading. As you see, it's written read. Therefore, this is just for students who want to, read the project and learn more about it. And this has a lot to do with this project and for what you are going to do. You know what this PowerPoint module 2 training is, and these are hands-on practices, and I see many students are getting 100. It is little time consuming, but it takes you through step by step, and you get 10 points for it, which is great. Now we come here, and this is also, you are familiar with this. And I see that many students are submitting this assignment again and again because it allows you to submit 10 times and your grade will improve and the highest grade will count. This is a great way also to get 100 points. This week I have one more step, which is an easy way to get 10 points. And guess what that is? This is this one. This is exactly the same as this. Here, when you submit your assignment goes to Cengage, and Cengage automatically, grades your assignment, This is the same assignment as this one. When you submit your last project, as you know, let's say you submit this one here, and the first time you get 70, the next time you get 80, the last time you get 99. After you submit that final one, which you get 99 in here, you submit that 99, the one that is the best submission here. This is the one that I will grade. And of course, I will grade just like Cengage, But submit the best one here, the one that you get the highest score here. Just submit it here. It's a Word document. You click here, and easily after you click there, you see a submit button, and you submit it there. Therefore, that is for this. As I said, everything is exactly like what you did last time. This one is not a bad idea. You get 10 extra points by submitting the final project that you are submitting here. You attach it here, and then, I give you, if you get, suppose 99 here, that means out of 10 points, I give you 9.99 points also you get from me. This is a grade you get from Cengage. This is a grade you get from me. Therefore, that is nothing. This doesn't put any extra work on you, for your projects, because you are already completing this, and that is the same as what you are completing in you are submitting here. Therefore, that is something that you already know. Now for the discussion this week, I see students are posting great discussions. They are submitting assignments, getting good grades, and that's wonderful. Today we are going to do one last research about AI. And I click here, and let me tell you what I did regarding AI. I went to ChatGPT and asked, here is what I did to ChatGPT. I copied it from ChatGPT and posted here. And what I did was that I went and I asked ChatGPT this question. I said, I am a teacher and I am concerned about AI replacing my job in the next 30 years. Do I need to be concerned? And ChatGPT came and gave me an answer. Therefore, you can go into ChatGPT and ask similar questions. If you want to be, let's say, you want to be a lawyer, you can ask, I am going to be a lawyer, for example, any concern that you have, and ask ChatGPT whether that job that you have in mind is going to be replaced by AI or not. It's a part of research that you are doing to learn more that what's going to happen to your future. Then I came here and asked, do you think that AI might replace my job of the teacher? And do you think that the students are, might rely heavily on AI for their education? Let's say if I am a doctor, I should be worried also because a doctor might lose his or her job to AI. Therefore, I did after I got my answers. Then I went again, asked another question. I asked several other questions, but they couldn't fit here. I thought if I post everything here, a copy and paste everything here, maybe there is a word limit that I can put it here. And therefore, what I did was that I put it in Microsoft Word. All my questions are in Microsoft Word. Look at here. And that's exactly the way they are highlighted. I highlighted them here. And this has all the questions that I asked ChatGPT. Do you see, this is longer, but maybe the last questions that I have, suppose if I am a majoring in nursing, or if you are a business student, or how can I utilize, AI for my major? Then it comes back and it tells me that as a nursing student, I have first I have access to tutoring. It gives me, this is just specifically for nursing students. Then it tells what, kind of other things they have, and it gives them all information to see how these nursing students can utilize AI for their studies. And maybe this helps you for your studies in your major. Therefore, my recommendation is to ask similar questions regarding what your major currently is and what kind of help you can get. After you get this information, attach it to the discussion similar to what I did here. Do you see? I have provided all my questions and answers. My questions are highlighted in a yellow highlight. And also I have attached, this is a full document. Students who want to see everything on ChatGPT, if they click here, they will see my posting on ChatGPT, hopefully. Yeah, they are here. It is all I did. I clicked here and I clicked copy and pasted this on discussion board. Therefore, this is what we want you to do for this week. And also, this is a feedback for what the students posted last week. Students posted the great discussions on the discussion board. So students, some students, put their experiences with the hacking. And I am going to discuss about what each student posted. And one of the students came and said that, she is concerned about healthcare. And that's correct. In healthcare, hackers make a lot of money. Let me tell you one thing they had done. Those who are sophisticated in major hacking, you know what they do? They hack the computer system of hospitals. Imagine that you have some patients and they are waiting for the surgery in the surgery room. They have to be, these things have to be done in the next, let's say, 7 hours, the patient would die. If the operation is not done, imagine what would happen if the hackers, hack the computer right there and tell them, if you do not give us money, we won't let you to access the computers. The patient would die. What do you think the hospitals have done in the past? The hospitals have paid the hackers, because the hackers might not be in the US that you can ask the FBI to go after them to find them. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the hospitals to be as careful as possible. And as I said, they cannot go to law enforcement. All they did, they just paid the hackers, to make sure their computers were, the hackers have some system to get the money quickly from the hospitals. And we will talk about it because another students discussed this issue. One student here said that, security breach and talked about Equifax. Equifax is what shows about your credits. My recommendation is, in fact, log into, there are 3 companies that give you your credit report. And one of them is Equifax. It is free. You can get one, report from Equifax every year. Because there are three of them, maybe you can get one from Equifax now. There is another one, TransUnion, and there is another one, three of them. Therefore, if you want, I highly recommend occasionally check your credit through the Equifax, see if anybody has stolen your, identity and is getting credit under your name. And also, how much money you owe, and it shows all your information. When you go out to buy a car, these car dealers check with Equifax and these organizations. And as I said, get the free version of it, and some of them might ask you to pay a little money to see your credit score rather than credit report. Credit score is a score you get. Usually the highest is 850. You don't need to pay the version to ask them, or they might encourage you, oh, we are going to check your credit for you in the future if someone hacks your credit. If you want, you pay us $5 a month, those things. If you're saying you don't need that, you just want the free version that to tell you what your credit report is. And I highly recommend get your credit report, a free credit report from Equifax and the other two agencies. You don't want to get all of them all at once because they are once a year you can get it. Therefore, if you want to get from Equifax now, then from the other company get 4 months from now, the other one 4 months from now. That means every 4 months you will have a free access to your credit report. Regarding your credit score, sometimes your banks, the bank that you have an account with, or your credit card might give you your credit score, not credit report, for free. Therefore, these are something that you want to know. And here there is a chat. This chat is the chats are extremely risky when the people use that. I want one of the students, if you can, a few days ago, 2-3 days ago, a poor girl, 14 years old, fell the victim of going to the chat room, and there was a wife and husband that, they tricked this poor girl, 14 years old, and they dismembered her, they killed her and dismembered her. If anyone can find that article, I could go, but I forgot to do it. Please, one of you, go ahead and find that article and post it on the discussion board. That way the students read. Easily go to Google or go to the chat GPT. Say that, what is that article that some people just a few days ago, they tricked a little girl, 14 years old, a wife and a boy, a guy and a girlfriend. And I think the guy was already, when they found out what happened to that girl, the guy was in prison for other reasons, and they got both him and his girlfriend or his wife or whoever. Both of them are in prison, and now that poor girl, maybe they dumped her body. Therefore, all of this happened because of this chats and these applications. Therefore, they can be risky. Now we can come here and look at, I quickly realized, one of students, that my credit card had been hacked. And one thing is that it is good that this student quickly informed her bank. Therefore, and also one thing is that I want you to know that usually credit cards have more protection in terms of returning your money than debit cards. Also, personal credit cards have more protection than the business debit cards or credit cards. Therefore, it is good when you get your credit card or debit card, make sure to sign in the back of it. One advice I have also for you is that if you have a wallet, my advice to you is do not put 10 different credit cards in your wallet. Just put one or two, the two that you need. Do not carry a lot of personal information, your social security card in your in my wallet. All I have about 1 or 2 simple credit cards that I have little credits with them. If I have another credit card, which I have a lot of credits, I leave it at home. I have my business card and I have a driver, a driver license. That's all. In my wallet, there are only these 4 things. The less we have, the better it is. Therefore, And also, it is a good idea. You always check your accounts, your credit cards, your debit cards. Sometimes your information might flow, it might appear on the internet and the people. Another student said, I am very careful on how I do on my phone and what I keep on my phone. That is correct. And on your computer as well. Therefore, it is possible. I told you all, I think, that I lost my cell phone, and then sometimes you are using your phone, and at the same time, while everything is on, sometimes the telephones have their own securities, but suddenly you lose it at some point, and then your login is still on, and the person can have all the information. Therefore, that's an area you have to be careful. And a ransom payment and in encrypted data. Therefore, when they use, they ask for a ransom. That was the case of the hospital. The first student said that in healthcare. And what they do, how they ask for ransom? They don't ask you to send a check, because imagine the person sitting in another country, let's say Japan, and they hack a computer. How do they receive their money? They receive their money through cryptocurrencies, a Bitcoin. They ask for a Bitcoin. Therefore, what the hospital has to do in order to get rid of the hacking, to start surgery, because the patient would die, they ask to the hospital, we need 50 Bitcoins. And each Bitcoin, might be 100,000. If they need, 50 Bitcoin, that means $5 million, And guess what? It is instant. Instant, that means that very instantly, the money, the hospital has to buy the Bitcoin, and very instantly, of course, 100 million is a lot, but usually if they do, they ask for a reasonable thing that the hospital can afford. The hospital can afford, $50,000, $100,000. Then they say, okay, send us 2 Bitcoin, send us, and then the hospital will send some, and then, 1 Bitcoin, they release half of the problem, solve half of the problem. When they send more and more, they, release, therefore, these are things that you have to be careful. And sharing data in public network and is a challenge. That's correct. Let's say if you go to McDonald's and you want to use a lot of, now if you want to use the internet, do some research, that would be fine. However, if you are logging, first of all, you have to make sure the network that you are using is McDonald's network. But you know what I can do? I can bring a van, put it close to McDonald's, and I can call that the S McDonald. S, you don't know what S, you see the name of McDonald's, but you don't know S, what S means. S means say it, which means it is my network. All I have done is that I have chosen for my network as name of McDonald's. You are sitting there, when you try to connect to McDonald's, suddenly you see 2 links for McDonald's. One of them is a real McDonald's that you can click and be on their network. The other one, which is written S McDonald's, you don't know, S means Sayed McDonald's. You click on S McDonald's and you are in my network that I am there, and I have parked my van next to McDonald's, and now I have access to all everything that you see, all login name and password that you use. Therefore, your question is that even if you don't want to use McDonald's, I personally use McDonald's, network all the time, but I am careful. But sometimes if I don't want to, I am in McDonald's, I don't want to use their network, I use my cell network, because my cellular network, cell phone, I use that, and then I connect my computer to my cell phone, and then when I am sitting on my computer, I know that I am not using public Wi-Fi of McDonald's. I am using my cell phone, which is much more, secure. It is, AT&T, and It is, not AT&T, it was Sprint. Therefore, these are something for this week. I want you to learn as much as you can. You can go to, Chat GPT or Grok or anything and say, give me an advice regarding cybersecurity or anything you want to learn more about if you have any questions. Therefore, you have been doing great. We want you to, be active in the class, respond to the posting of the students, because the same posting I have, written there, that please respond to the posting of students. And next week is spring break. Therefore, do the assignment. If you are behind in some projects, please complete them. And if you want your grades to be better, as you know, you can submit those projects, the final projects, 10 times. And for this week, not only submit the last one that you submitted before the Cengage to grade, submit one for the assignment box that I created, that I can grade it for you as well. If you have any questions, send me an email.